There's one. Alright. Jigging a brown and yellow bucktail jig for smallmouth. 1/8 ounce. Just gonna fish for a couple hours tonight. It's almost sunset already. Awesome. Oh man, I gotta hit this spot and then another spot. Hopefully I'll have time. And the short ones are real fat right now, most of them with eggs. So they're relatively heavy for their size, all of them, most of them. I guess all the females. It's like a 15 or 15 and a half. Good deal. There's a fish, and they're smacking it hard. It's 2 fish and 3 casts. Take it. There's a nice little pocket right there. It gets a little bit deeper. That's why they stack up there. All the strange currents make little dugouts here and there. Awesome. Yeah, I love smallie fishing. It's even better when they have eggs. They're just a little heavier. Makes these smaller smallmouth feel hefty. All right, that's another decent one. Cool. A little bit bigger, I think. Just a hair. That's probably like a 15 and a half. Awesome. That guy really hit it soft. I felt it. It was like a 2-tap, but it was so soft. Not a smack at all. Sometimes I just suck it in. Somehow, probably didn't have as much tension on the line. I didn't feel it as well. This guy feels small, real small. That's probably why I didn't feel him so great. Yeah, he's a dinky one. Baby smallie. Wow. Yeah, 10-incher, barely. Thanks, bud. There's a fish. Alright. That's what I was looking for. Ooh, nice smallie. Awesome. Not what I expected, but it's more of a pike walleye pool. Trying to hit the sunset bite here. Very cool. And I hooked a real bruiser in here the other day, like a 20-incher, which is a great fish for a small river. Pretty good fish for a big river, but I'd call it a great fish for a small one. That's what I'm on now, a smaller river. Usually get a lot better numbers in this river than size, so it's a nice one. Ooh, baby. Oh yeah. Look at that bass. The line all wrapped up around him, but hooked him in the mouth. Oh man, oh yeah. That's a relatively big one. Might be an 18. Real beauty. When I work for him, I get 1 to 5 hits a day from bass this size down at the big river, but in the small river, I probably caught, I don't know, 1,000 bass maybe, smallmouth, and only caught a few this size. It's actually a 19-incher. Real quality smallmouth for a small river. I'd call it a big one. well over master angler length for any river around here. Really nice fish. I'll let her go here. Awesome. Barely set the hook on that guy. Jeez, man. A little too much slack in the line. That was a close one. Switched to a bunny bucktail jig. I just saw a carp or something. If it was something besides a carp, it was pretty big. It was like a 15-pound fish. Jumping right there twice. Fish are changing their mood. Oh, I thought this would be a walleye. It's a little pike. Cool. Hit just like a walleye. Real sharp tap. That's pretty neat. And that brown silver bunny bucktail jig. Good deal. Nice little 20-21 inch northern. Alright. Not too long later, at another spot, trying some night fishing for smallmouth, maybe walleye. Picked up a walleye on the first cast. Just steady retrieving a, I think it's a F9 upstream. Nice. 16 incher. Good deal. Nice. One on the third cast. This might be too early for smallies, but this does work very well some time of the year. Like in summer, when it's bright out at night, rapalas are just killer for them at night. So it might be a little early yet, but I'm giving it a shot. At any rate, something's hitting, maybe another walleye. I'm probably getting too much daytime pressure, hitting harder at night. That one might barely make 15. Good deal. Man. 3 cast, 2 walleye. Daytime pressure, I think. This is a hot walleye bite. I just had another one fall off. I've only been here a couple minutes so far. Real good for a high pressure area. I'm gonna have some fall off tonight for sure because I'm pulling them upstream in heavy current. It means even these small ones are ripping hard. Some of them are just gonna pull off. Just like that. Shoot. Silver rapala, baby. Just crawling it upstream. Fish every few casts. Not bad. Oh, yeah, awesome, man. Got a bass. That's a good sign. Had a feeling. Might be time. It's like a 15 incher, maybe barely. Good deal. Oh, this bite's already starting to slow down. I'm getting pretty cold too. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this for, probably not too much longer. Alright, another walleye. Good deal. I'm saying good deal too much. Oh, fell off right there. Yeah, it's probably 14.5 again. Cool. Moving around just a little. These fish are aggressive, they're hitting right away, but not a lot of them in each spot, seems like. A lot of aggressive ones at least. Few. Oh man. Oh, another walleye. Last one was like a 14. This one's about the same. 14.5, 15-ish. In that ballpark. It's like 3 in a row now, right on the tail end of this run where it starts to get all riffly. Real shallow. They're spread out in this cold water. Not too cold, you know, warming up, but still on the cold side. Just want to not pull them too many different directions so these hooks don't pop. That one might be legal, barely. That one, the rest of them been 14. This looks like it's 15 plus. Just barely. Looks like I got another bass. Just trying something different, working a curly tail jig, crawling upstream. It's a great thing for getting numbers in summer at night. Yeah, just a little bass. 12, 13 incher, probably 12. Alright, there's a fish. Started crawling a swim bait jig upstream, similar to the rapala, but I can whip it out there a little further. Control it a little better. Picked up something small, maybe a small walleye. Yep. Dinker. 13-incher. There's one. Alright. Came back the next day. Next morning around sunrise. Burning and twitching a mini XPS rattle shad fire tiger right now. Through this little bank pool. Looks like you got a little smallie. Sweet. Yep, just a baby. "12-incher. First cast. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Just moving around a little. You hit these small pools and runs. Still working a small fire tiger XPS rattle shad. Looking for a nice walleye, but I'll take smallies all day. Don't think this is either though. This is a massive fallfish. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. That is a really, really, really big fallfish. Wow. That's the one I've been looking for all spring. Man, that's pushing state record size. I've caught 11 of these guys. It's longer than the state record. This is another one. This will make number 12 for sure. This is at least 20 inches. State record was 19. I just can't seem to beat it by weight though. That is a beauty there. Wow. Monster fallfish. Just over an inch longer than the state and IGFA world record. 20.2 inches. I weighed it. It's 3 pounds 1 ounce. And the record was 3 pounds 9 ounces. So, not quite enough of a belly, but close. So close. Beautiful fish, man. Trophy. I thought so. Started drifting a tube jig first cast. Got one. I think they're spawning now, and if they are, they're 2 weeks late. But everything's been late this year, so it doesn't surprise me. Drifting a tube jig works great because it looks like a crayfish going over their spawning bed, and they're pretty aggressive fish, so they just slam it. Just a Strike King Bitsy tube, copper color. I think I got them dialed in. That means the perch spawn might be late too. I still have a chance at that. I don't know. Oh no, I got a smallie, shoot. Well, we'll see. I still think the fallfish are here. It looked like a spawning male. It had the bumps on the head and stuff, and it was all weird colored. Huge spawning male, but still. It's a fish. First cast. Alright, little smallie. It's taking a pink and brown bucktail jig. I think I was wrong about the fallfish bedding right now, even though that seemed like a really massive male in full spawning colors. I don't know what's up this year. Everything's been different. There's one. hit and run fishing these spots pretty fast. Not a lot to show for it so far except for that fallfish. This guy just short struck me twice on the last cast. Just barely nipping the hair. I'm fishing a brown and yellow bucktail jig now. Trying to get some more smallies out of this run. This is the run I was in last night around sunset when I first started. 2 more spots to hit and then I'm done lure fishing for the day, probably 2 or 3 spots, something like that. Maybe barely 13 inches. 12 and a half, I don't know. Right there. Right next to me. Another bass. This current makes him so much harder to fight. Pulling them upstream like this. Even these small ones. There we go. Just a touch bigger. Maybe a 14 and a half. Another smaller guy, I think. He's not, might be as big as the last one, maybe. Maybe not. Bunch of little bass. Yeah, 13 incher. Rock. That's a fish. Pretty hot. Probably made like 7 casts. Got 4 fish so far out of it. It's not bad. Man. Yeah, 13 and a half. Little guy. Just had one smack it on a short strike 2 casts ago. Starting to thin him out maybe. Just getting a touch slower. Fish every 3 casts or so. I'll probably be a fish every 10 in just a couple minutes here. Until I move. Yeah, a bunch of smaller bass. 12 and a half, 12. Right around there. Another about 14 and a half, right around there. I'm gonna try burning a little crankbait in here after I finish jigging. Oh, a little lipless fire tiger one. Let's see what happens. Maybe a bigger black one. Maybe. There we go. Just had a little guy pop off. Fair number in here. Usually when I get numbers of these guys, like, I don't know, 70 something in a day, they're usually all small ones. Like a big school of them stacked up. Yep, just like this, cookie cutter 13s. Chunky with eggs though. Right over that weed bed. Gets a little deeper right there. Digs out for some reason. There's a weed bed. Get walleyes there sometimes. Real tiny bass. 11, maybe 11 and a half or 12, right around there. There we go. Right next to me. Better, Smalley. Cool. Ooh, something's drag a bit. Jeepers. Not too much better though. A little bit better. Chunk. 15 incher. Man,